Welcome to our little podcast, Hollywood Cats, a podcat about cat stories, cat care tips, and just a fun time to chat about cats. Hollywood Cats is hosted by Holly Meowie, president of the LA Cat Club, a not-for-profit cat rescue. Hollywood Cats is also hosted by Mark Rawlings, fellow cat lover and cat daddy, keeping the dream alive, talking about cats. And now, from the Sunset Strip in Hollywood, here are Holly and Mark, your Hollywood Cats.
And welcome back to our Hollywood Cats podcast. And I'm Mark Rawlings in our Hollywood Cats world headquarters. And Holly Meowie's still on remote at her house with the cats, right? Put you closer to the action.
The LA Cat Club, the cat casa.
Absolutely. We're staying safe distancing by staying miles apart, and joining us by remote connection, it's Holly Meowie.
Yeah.
Hey.
Meow. Hey, meow, meow.
We're all trying to get through this whole quarantine thing, and one of the things that we're doing that it seems like everybody was doing was watching this thing on Netflix, the Lion King. What is it? The Lion? I
knew I was going to. On the brain because you're a Leo.
Yeah. I knew I was going to screw that up. What is it?
Tiger King.
Tiger King. That's right. Not Lion King. That's
yes.
That's the movie.
Which
Tiger King.
He did have lions too, so you're not like 100% wrong on that. But the documentary on Netflix is called Tiger King.
Yeah, I'm just thinking with his mane is actually his mullet behind his hat. If you've seen this thing, this guy, this
mane is his mullet. Yeah.
Yeah. This thing is hugely addictive. Yes.
Mane.
Yeah. So anyway, so now we got all that straight. So what do you think about it? I'm sure you're highly opinionated because of your love of animals, and there certainly were some scenes in there where they're not exactly so nice to the big cats.
Yeah, actually, I've been venting majorly on social media about this because I'm extremely sad and irritated with all the social media posts about the Tiger King because it's like people are losing sight of what happened. They're just thinking it's hilarious to emulate these characters.
Yeah.
And these characters actually murdered, abused, bred tigers and other animals for years, and you want to emulate them?
Yeah, people are missing the whole point.
Yeah, like everybody's losing sight of what happened to these poor, beautiful creatures because these characters on the show are just so over the top that's what the conversation is about. It's about, who's going to dress up like, the Tiger King for Halloween, or who's going to dress up like Doc, or that lady that's a fake rescue lady. Who are they?
Oh, the one in Texas.
People are just like,
Yeah, boy, Halloween's going to be interesting this year. To get off the subject, you're going to have that costume. You're going to have the coronavirus. You're going to have the hand sanitizer, the toilet paper. It's going to be really lots of new information come out of this.
It's a lot of reality costumes, I guess. But it's upsetting to me because people are losing sight that why did this happen to these tigers for so many years? Like, where are the organizations like PETA and like the
true.
World Wildlife Federation? Who's protecting these animals? I mean, they were actually being shown as you saw on the show, people could come view them. Like,
it was like a park.
Ticket.
Yeah, you pay like Disneyland, but for tigers,
Pay to play, pay to pet them, the cubs that he bred nonstop. Pay to go see, the tigers in these tiny cages. Pay, and so did that rescue lady, too. She calls herself a rescue lady, Big Cat Rescue or whatever her name was. I can't stand these people. Her name doesn't even need to be on our podcast, but it's like these people, they had these animals, and the money that they made from showing them off and breeding them was for drugs and for guns.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the fact of the matter is, this great character, he's in jail. So it's, there's the happy ending there. Carol Baskin, that was her name, right?
Okay.
That's
yeah,
okay.
her.
That's funny. How do you
And
even
so,
know
like,
these people's names? They're like household now.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is he's not even in jail for what he did to the tigers. He's in jail for threatening this Carol lady.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the tiger thing is like
which
secondary
is so
to the whole
irritating.
thing. Yeah. You're right. But it's interesting. In certain parts of the countries, it seems like you can get away with a lot more. If you're in a highly regulated environment, like say here in California, I just can't imagine that happening. But I'm from the Midwest, and I absolutely can imagine in some rural areas that you could get by having a giant cat park like that. And not being so regulated.
Like a zoo, and keep them in cage. I mean, it was sad. Even, towards the end of, this was heartbreaking to me too, because it wasn't only tigers. There was gorillas and different other animals. And the poor gorillas at the end were like hugging because they had been in a cage for years and not been able to touch each other or be near each other. It's just so upsetting. And I belong to some cat groups on Facebook. I try not to get involved in a lot of different groups because it's just too much. And I do my own rescue work on my own. And a lot of these cat groups are just, a bunch of people, having so many cats. And then, it's really hard to keep track of everybody needing homes for cats and stuff. But people were posting on this cat lovers group, and you would think that these people are cat lovers.
Right.
But who had a better costume? Who looks the funniest as Carol Baskin, or who looks the funniest as the Tiger King, or who, and they were having like a costume competition. And I spoke up. I vented about it. I was like, really? You guys think this is funny? And when nobody's talking about how these tigers were abused, you think this is the conversation, is how we should do this in a cat group, is talk about the costumes? And they were like, oh, Holly, you're being too sensitive. It's satire, and saying things like that to me. And then another girl was like, oh, you're judgy, and you're just causing drama, and this group has a no drama policy.
Well, it did have a rating on the show. And the show, part of the rating was that and I forget what the language was, but it was like showing abuse to animals, because obviously that's highly regulated. But this is real life and it's old footage, but pretty scary stuff.
It's crazy how I am speaking out, voice for the voiceless, on these groups that are supposed to love cats. And I'm being accused of being a drama queen and judgmental, because I'm saying, why isn't the conversation about how abused these tigers were? Why is it about the humans and their costumes and how funny they are? Like, why is that the conversation? I don't get it.
Well, I'll be glad when this whole quarantine thing is over, and we'll forget all about the Tiger King, his mullet, and I think by 2021 that it'll be just a memory. Thank goodness.
Yeah. I hope it's just a memory. I hope that the people don't. What I don't hope's a memory is that people forget how abused these tigers were, and that there's a difference made.
Yeah,
and that it raises awareness. That's what I'm hoping, because when we get celebrities like Jenny McCarthy, who just posted something with her Donny Osmond, Donny Osmond. Who is she with? Donnie, some like New Kids on the Block person.
Okay.
She's she and him just posted some TikTok, and he's dressed up like the Tiger King, and she's dressed up like a tiger.
Well,
and he's beating her with a guitar.
Yeah, get used to it.
And it's just like, really? You're making fun of the abuse now too. I was a big fan of hers, and I don't have the same opinion now. Like, that's not cool. Like,
I think we're all going crazy here.
I used to look up to her as a comedy person. She's blonde like me and kind of similar personality, and it's like, that's not cool. Come on, Jenny McCarthy.
Well, that's been one of our big quarantine hobbies so far, is watching this thing. And so, what about
everybody's watching it.
What about other quarantine things? What are what are they? What would the cats be doing if they were giving us recommendations?
Yes.
And we should give credit. The New Yorker magazine did a quarantine tips from my cat a week or so ago, which is some pretty cute stuff. It's a lot of what cats do every day.
Yeah, really cute.
Yeah. So you want to start with the list here?
Yeah. So what if your cats were like, hey, these are my tips for you being in quarantine? Well, obviously the first one is to get plenty of rest.
No problem.
Whether it's beneath the bed, which we can't really fit under the bed.
On the bed, in the box spring. There's a lot of places.
Or in a box.
Yeah, in a box. Yeah, of course. Goes without saying.
Yeah. Let's try to squeeze in some boxes. Finding a sunny spot,
Do you find your
on
cats?
top of the fridge.
Do you find your cats are being more aggravating, or they're more annoyed that you're around because you're not gone during the day like you normally are? Do you see a regular behavior?
I actually see them more excited. The dogs, for sure, because the dogs are like really excited that I'm home more.
Yeah.
But the cats too, my lap is never empty. They're just piled on. I don't even have a piece of skin I can see. They're just piled on my lap. So
exactly.
I don't know. I get the opposite. Why, you think your kitties are why are you here so long?
It's kind of the norm. I mean, they really do sleep 18 hours a day. So yeah, it might be a little bit different, but there again are more things that we can learn from the cats. One of the other items that they talked about here was keeping active. And maybe I think in another week we'll actually be doing the things that cats do, like knocking coins or bottles off a table, or I think we'll eliminate their behavior.
That's something that they want us to think, that they think is good for us to do in quarantine.
Yeah, we're learning from them. We could chase our tail if we had one, or much of one, I should say. Lay on the floor.
Yeah, I can chase my ponytail around.
You could do that. It's true. That's true.
We can lay on a good book,
You could bathe regularly.
Not read it, but just lay on it.
Lay on the book.
Right.
And then take a bath on the book. A cat bath,
right.
I should say.
Right. That's one of the things is they want, you're supposed to wash your paws. Don't forget to wash your paws.
I never forget to wash my paws. And I'm doing it for 20 seconds while singing about cats. Or happy birthday to cats. Start your day early. That's one. Definitely start your day early. We never miss out on that around this house anyway.
Right. Exactly. Howling and communicating with your friends. Well, you're really not supposed to be. You're supposed to be communicating with your friends via Skype or FaceTime or phone. But the cats are telling you just to walk around and start howling and crying in front of anyone that can hear in a closed room.
It's got to be embarrassing if you're on a meeting. They're doing these Zoom calls now and Skype calls, and you have a cat. Because frequently I have one on my desk at the least opportune times. But now they can Zoom with your business associates.
Yeah, they are your new business associates for sure, right? Another
get that little
thing
tie on for them to
is,
look good, official.
What?
Get a tie for them, so they look good for the office, right?
Yeah, a little tie would be cute.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
there's
right
a lot of cat. There's a lot of cat, outfits out there that you could totally make your cat into a little businessman or woman.
Yeah. So start your day early. Get your work done. You can bite the phone, which we don't normally do as humans, but your cats do.
Right.
They
would want you to bite at your phone and yell at your food.
Yeah, yell at the food. That's that's very important. Or yell at the spot in the middle of the food and not eating because of it. That's always a big one.
True.
Yeah.
But they also want you to maintain a diet. So you're supposed to eat small meals, almost 14 meals, 14 times a day.
What?
Eat 14 times a day.
Is that how much they eat? Oh my gosh, that's probably. So yeah.
They graze, so they kind of just eat and eat and eat and eat.
Yeah, boy, how big are we going to eat 14 times a day? Sounds good. Drink plenty of water.
Right.
Drink plenty of water, preferably fresh water, at least what they perceive to be fresh from the tap.
Right. Also, dump your food bowl out on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're eating, it's always wise, cats think, to just, take your food that you're eating and just throw it on the ground.
I do that occasionally still.
You do?
Yeah, from my childhood. How about projects?
And then go back on the ground and eat it off the floor.
Oh, of course.
And then regurgitate it and then throw it up, and then the dog will eat.
That's right. Okay, you've taken it to a new level, but that's all right.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And then what else is there?
Taking on projects like shredding toilet paper, pull apart a chair, rub your hair on every piece of clothing and furniture.
Right.
Go
well,
duty
your
in the
cats
box.
are specialists at shredding the toilet paper, so
That's true.
you must really have to be going to the store constantly for that.
Well, that's like gold right now. So, yeah, if I catch a cat shredding, I might have to tell them no.
You're going to go in the timeout room.
Tell them no, because I don't care if
you
you
know,
reprimand.
I actually have a timeout room at my house.
Of course you do.
So I have this tiny blue bathroom that I call the boys' bathroom because it's like just a blue bathroom. And Emoji, one of my cats, he bullies like crazy my other cat, Grandpa Santa Paws. So I have to put him in the timeout room. Like, he bullies him really bad, and then I'm like, Emoji, you gotta go in the timeout room. So I leave him in there for like 10, 15 minutes. And then I let him out, and it kind of resets. It resets his brain.
Yeah.
So, like, it resets it so that he forgot what he did and kind of just like, okay, I'm going to go take a nap now. And he,
Yeah, probably completely resets because they said their memory. I mean, they're doing something that we perceive to be bad, but they don't think about it. And then you put them in there and they forget what they were doing. And
yeah, exactly. Like, I have a little food and water in there for him just in case he needs it in a little tiny litter box. But he just needs to know that when he does this, he's going in the bad boy room for like 15 minutes because it's not okay.
Exactly. And I think the best thing that we can learn from cats, stay away from other humans. Right now, anyway. Social distancing. So hiss if you have to, right?
You just have to hiss at them. Yeah. That's what I've been doing at the market. I literally, if someone comes near me, I hiss at them.
Yeah.
And they look at me crazy, but then they want to get away from me because they think I'm a crazy person.
Yeah. You were doing that long before the coronavirus.
Yeah, I've already been doing this for years. So.
Good practice. Anyway, that's a wrap on this Hollywood's Cats podcast. I know you got a lot of time to be on social media right now, Holly Meowie. Why don't you tell us where we can find you on the vast internet?
Well, I am at the LA Cat Club, and that's on Twitter. LA Cat Club, and that's on Instagram and on Facebook. And Holly Meowie, I'm on Instagram too, my own account. And the catclub.org is our website.
Very good. Well, stay safe. Stay away from people. Hiss if you have to. And join us Yes, absolutely. Join us on the next Hollywood Cats podcast.
From Hollywood, you've been listening to Hollywood Cats, stories and facts about cats. Be sure to join us next time for more with Holly and Mark. And don't forget our website, HollywoodCats.com. That's Hollywood and cats ending in Z. HollywoodCats.com. And thanks for joining us on Hollywood Cats.